I just realized I thought my socks were matching, and then I looked down and they weren't. Hey guys, it's me, Cait. Welcome back to another video. First of all, I wanted to start off with, the Fusehead brand of an apology for not uploading in so long. Basically, I got really sick, and that took a lot of my time, and I had videos shot and ready to be edited, but then I went back and looked at them, and I'm like, this quality is so bad, there's no way I can upload them. I'll probably say the same thing about this one. There's no going back now. So, anywho, that's where I've been, just dying. Not actually, I was not dying. I just was very sick. This video is basically going to be a story time. I don't think I've ever done one of these before. So, if it doesn't go too well, I'm so sorry, because I suck. Okay, so basically the location of this takes place in, where I'm currently living, but during last summer, when every summer a fair comes into town, and there's, like, carnivals and stuff like that on top of everything else, within, like, I guess a couple weeks of each other. They're pretty close together. There's, like, fairs, and then there's carnivals. This took place at one of the fairs that we were going to, which is basically, like, this, like, food kind of, festival. Like, people come and bring the food that they make all the time. Like, small town restaurants come, like, food trucks come from, like, other cities, and I mean, I think there was one people who came from, like, Colorado Springs. Do you remember that? And they had the, I don't remember what they had. So basically, it took place at, one of these festivals, that has a bunch of food, and restaurants that come in, set up booths, and sell their food at this, it was like a food fair. And, they had, like, a concert stage that was, like, weirdly completely blocked off. Like, I had no idea how you were supposed to get in there, yet there was, like, there was, like, a crowd in there. I'm like, how did you get in? But I mean, I wasn't even there for the concerts anyways. I went with my family to just eat food, because, I'm fat, if you couldn't tell. Say a lot of the chins. We're basically just going to random booths and, getting some samples. And once we had gotten some samples, we're like, okay, we liked this one, this one, this one, so let's get, I guess servings of the food. And we were like, okay, we'll sit down, we'll eat. And then I think we were planning on going, because the fair was running at the same time as this festival was. So we were like, we'll eat, and then we'll go to the fair and ride some rides and do some fun stuff and do some games. So we get our food, we sit down. I'm sitting there with my mom, and my sister, who's a vegetarian, went with my dad to try and find something for herself, and my dad was just not very interested in what me and my mom got, so he went with her to try and find something else for him. And so we find a place to sit down. This place is so crowded, like, ridiculously crowded. Like, it's, like, packed, and trying to find a place to sit without having to sit on the ground was, like, you would see a family get up, and you like, go, 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 run, run, and just dive on the table, and hopefully not die trying to beat someone there. That's how busy this place was when we were trying to find a place to sit and just eat food and then go to the fair. So basically, we were able to find a spot, sit down, we waited for my sister and my dad, but while they were away and trying to find food, this is the fun part of the story, if you guys didn't see my facial expressions. This, group of 3 people comes up, and they're I guess, they're rather young and intoxicated, heavily intoxicated, very much under the influence of alcohol. Like, they're kind of like stumbling around and like just being loud and obnoxious, and just everyone's just like, ignore the crazy drunk people and just eat your falafel. like everyone in the surrounding area was just kind of like, what is wrong with these people? Like, why do you come to a family event and just get wasted and then just be obnoxious and bother everyone around you? Like, especially because it was like sucky, because like the booths that were around them were like starting to lose customers in their line from how obnoxious these people were being. It's like, stop, take a chill pill, go drink some coffee, and don't come back. Like, that is not the worst part of this video. You guys know me. I mean, at least I think you guys know me. I'm not that open with the internet, but for the parts I am open with, I am openly gay. Just so you know, I don't think I've ever said that in a video before. I should title it Coming Out Story. But no, that's not how I came out. But if you guys would like to see that in another Storytime video, leave a comment down below. And like the video to see if you would want me to talk about that, because that's also a funny story. Not as funny or crazy as this one, but very much an interesting story time. It doesn't have to be funny. Wait, this story isn't funny? Yeah. No, I know. But it's interesting for the internet. So anyways, me and my mom are sitting there eating, well, waiting. We were gonna wait for my sister and my dad. That way we weren't all waiting for each other to leave. But as these 3 drunk individuals, it was 2 girls and a guy, and you know, the group next to us clears out, and they come and get food at this one booth, which was losing customers because they were in this general area, because they were just that obnoxious. So they get food, and as they are like stumbling back to this other side of the table, my mother and I have already sat down, but my mom had left to go throw something away, and I'm sitting by myself waiting for her. She was like 10 feet away at a trash can, and I'm sitting by myself just kind of like waiting, you know, and this girl, this third wheel of a trash-talking girl, stumbles over to the table with her friends, who just sit down with no problem, but she goes, "I don't think we should sit next to this fat fag." What? Like, I kind of do a little close adjust. I was holding my phone in my hand. I kind of go, what? I didn't say anything, but I definitely made sure that she knew I heard her. You know, kind of like set my phone down rather hard so the whole table shakes, and kind of just go, what'd you say? Like, I'm about to just stare you till you die right now. Like, oh man. And again, my mom comes back over, and I am just seething. I am seething. I am like, my eyes are this big, and my face is just like, I'm about to kill someone. And my mom comes over, she's like, what's wrong? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. She's like, why don't I want to know? I'm like, because you will be upset. You will be mad. She's like, well, I know, I can tell you're mad, so like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'll tell you later. But here is the biggest problem with this situation. She was pregnant and drunk. Why? And here's my thing, is it's not like oh, she was fat, so maybe she was fat, and I just think she was pregnant. It was like, baby bump for days, pregnant girl who is wasted, stumbling over, and then just called me a fat fag. What? Like, oh man. It was funny because these people could sense the just seething anger releasing off of me and in their general direction, because they didn't stay very long. They had plates of food. They felt the tension that if this chick said one more thing to piss me off, I would throw this plate of hot tamales at her head. I don't get people anymore. Like, that day, I was like, all humanity, all faith in humanity is gone. I have none left. A drunk, pregnant woman just called me. She doesn't even know me. She literally just looked at me and decided to call me a fat fag. When I'm insecure. Little does she know, because she's just slowly killing herself and her infant child, her unborn infant child. Like, kudos to you, lady. I feel real bad about myself right now, but not as bad as I feel for your unborn child. Low-key, I should have called the police on this woman. Like, this girl is pregnant and drunk off her butt. Like, is toppling around the streets, like, public, like, very publicly intoxicated and very publicly pregnant and drunk. Like, oh. You know, and I mean, to be fair, it's to be expected. I live in a very small town right now that is very, very close-minded. So, it was, I guess, it wasn't as shocking after I, like, looked back on it later on, but, like, just the fact that she was drunk and pregnant, and she decided to make fun of me. Okay. So yeah, there's that. And it was funny because later on, I saw her in that caged, like, concert area that I didn't know how to get into. And then as she turned, she has a cup of beer in her hand. I'm like, you are gonna die today, lady. Like, oh my gosh. Good luck. Like, and by that point, I was, like, so mad and so upset. I'm just like, I need to go ride some roller coasters and throw some ring toss because I need to calm down. Like, I had never dealt with homophobia until that day. And I was lucky to not have to deal with it because I have some stories of some old friends who had to deal with it in this town. So, like, the fact that I was able to avoid it for that long was just ridiculous. But anyways, I guess lesson of the story is don't be an idiot. I guess don't be a homophobic idiot that makes fun of a 16-year-old girl while you're pregnant and drunk. So another lesson to learn is don't get pregnant and drink. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of this video. So go ahead and leave a comment and a like and tell Manny and I what you would like to see us do next. I guess we'll see you in another video. Bye!